I just put the bait and the attractant in there. Let's take a quick look and see how the flies are reacting to it. Man, they're just swarming all over that bait. There's no stopping them now. I couldn't guess how many flies I killed this morning, but it must be in the thousands. Hi, I'm Taylor Sanderson, and this is Nigerian Door Farm. This video is a follow-up video. I had a video on how to do-it-yourself fly control using attractants and poison. And I wanted to go into a little bit more depth with this video, showing you a little bit in detail exactly what I did. It's a great video if you have flies and you're tired of paying big bucks for a whole lot of stuff you really don't need. Stay tuned, watch this video, you won't be disappointed. And please remember to like and subscribe. And if you need to discuss goats, maybe you need some on your farm, well, PM me. I'll be glad to talk with you about that. Well, let's get on with the video. It's so important to make sure nothing gets into the poison. So the one thing that I did discover is that putting your bait station into a trash can is really a good way to keep the birds and the small mammals out, and it also helps a little bit to keep the livestock out if they should come into the pen, which I don't think they ever have been able to do. Now this is my bait station I'm so proud of. I figured out how to use attractant and poison to lure in flies into this bait station, which is a trash can. It's super effective and it works really easy, and it's hardly any cost at all to it. Now inside of this bait station, which is a trash can, you can see there's a piece of wood down there with a bunch of crotches on it. That's a piece of eastern cedar that I had laying around. And what I do is I'll put poison all around these edges. I'll show you a little bit later on in the video. And inside, you'll see all these dead flies. Well, underneath of those dead flies, I put a lot of soybean meal. It attracts the flies even more. They might think it's a nice smell inside of it, and a place to lay their eggs. I owned 4 hogs at one time, and I had this soybean meal that I would mix in with cracked corn. And after the hogs left the farm, I was stuck with this soybean meal, not really knowing what I wanted to do with it, but I finally found a use for it. You can notice that really nothing much is going on top of the piece of cedar wood I put in there, but once I put the attractant and the poison in there, they will all dive in on it. Okay, I'm going to add this poison and this attractant to the piece of wood in my bait station. And you can see right now that a little bit of activity going on down there with the flies, but wait and see what happens after I put the bait and the attractant in there. You'll see them all go to. Now I spread it right around the edges like this. And now I just put a little bit of drizzle of this attractant on it. And they're going to go wild on this in just a few moments. Well, it's been only 5 minutes since I put the poison and the attractant into my bait station, and I want to show everyone who's watching my video how well it works. Let's look inside of the bait station and see all the flies. Now just 5 minutes ago, you wouldn't see all those flies, but every one of those flies that are on the bait, they're taking a lethal amount of poison right now, and they'll be dead very shortly. And this is the way it goes all day long. One thing about flies you want to remember is that they reproduce very quickly. So if you knock down your fly population and you have plenty of manure on the ground, you want to remember to keep after the flies, because they'll repopulate and be a big nuisance in no time. Here I am back again. It's about 4 or 5 hours since the last time I baited the trap, and let's see how it's doing. As you can see, there are a ton of flies down here, and just about everything is gone inside of there. So I'm going to rebait it and kill off a whole new fresh crop of these flies. They seem to be everywhere. They just love this spot. Here I'm going to sprinkle some bait. Now I'm going to put in some attractant, just sprinkle just a little bit, hardly takes any. Okay, and they're going to go for that. Well, these flies are abundant right now. This is the 3rd time I'll be baiting the trap, so let's do that again. It's hard to tell how many times I'll have to bait it today. Bumper crop of flies right now. I'm taking care of them though. Okay, well here I am the next day, and I'm going to dump out the remains of this fly station and show you how much I caught. I'm truly shocked. It's a huge amount of flies, and I also got a bunch of larvae with it. It must be almost in the millions of flies. Here we go. Well, there's a whole bunch of them, and if you notice, I got a lot of larvae too. You can see them sort of wiggling around in there, so I'll find a way to get rid of them. And it looks like I got, it's hard to say, but that's about a week and a half's worth of trapping, maybe 2 weeks. And there's still a substantial amount dying inside of the trap, but I won't pour all of that out. There's still plenty of good soybean meal in there that will help attract some more flies. Well, that's been today's video. I hope if you have livestock and you have problems with your flies, you'll take a good hard look at this video and decide for yourself if you'll want to use it. See ya. Bye.